This is why you should be nicer to customer service representatives. After graduating from high school, I got a job working as a waitress at a local restaurant. It was a popular place, especially during the holiday season. A few days before Christmas, a woman came in wanting to pay for and pick up a phone order. On this day, we had 7 pages of takeout orders, each page containing 10 to 13 orders. I asked her for the name on the order, and she gave me 3, saying that she didn't know who placed it and she was just picking it up. I found a few matches, but none were the right order. As I reached the last page, I told her those names didn't match with the order. She was visibly annoyed and gave me 2 other names. I went back to the first page and searched again. I found a match, but again, wrong order. I apologized and told her that we didn't have any matches. She insisted it had to be one of them, followed by, "Why is it so hard for you?" I kept calm and asked her what exactly she was picking up instead. She said that she didn't know and it's my job to check her out and get it to her. I told her if she didn't have another name then I wouldn't have any way to know which one was hers because we had 75 orders placed that weekend. That's when she asked me if I'm stupid because I work at a register so it couldn't be that hard to find an order. Ignoring that, I told her I'd read off the names of each order and she could let me know if one was familiar. This is when she started Part 2, why you should be nicer to customer service representatives. She flipped out about how I was wasting her time, but if that's what I had to do in order to do my job, so be it. I'm pretty sure she also muttered the R word. About halfway through the first page, I said a company name and she exclaimed, "Yes, that's it." This is when my eyes lit up and I smiled wildly at her. A genuine and true smile, ear to ear. I asked her if she worked at this company and she said yes. Then I asked her if she knew the company owner and named him. She said yes. The smile on my face widened even more than I thought originally possible as I said, "That's my dad. I'll have to tell him about this. What a small world." The color from her face visibly drained as she started to ask if I was his daughter. I cut her off saying, "Yup, my dad. Who would have known? I'm actually about to go on my 3rd and I'll have to call him. I'm sure he'll love to hear all about this." Before she could say anything, I got the order and handed it to her. I spent the rest of the transaction glowing and basking in her silent panic. I ended up telling my dad about it and he was livid. He didn't fire her, but she was given a severe warning and put on probation. However, she didn't last long because 2 weeks later, she lost the company a big client by responding rudely in an email.
Story time of how I got bullied for talking to a catfish. When I was a sophomore in high school, I got a random Facebook request, and at the time, I thought the more friends you had, the more cool you were. So I accepted the request because it was from someone who lived in my county, and I thought, okay, someone's got to know the kid. We're going to call him JJ, and we started talking nonstop, day and night, messaging back and forth, and one night he asked to call me, and I said, okay. It ended up turning into a nightly thing, and people at my school got wind of him. Because of this, I was bullied to filth and wasn't very tech savvy, so I did not know about reverse image searching. I ended up being accused of creating a fake Facebook page to pretend I had a boyfriend. This haunted me throughout high school and I stopped talking to him. Flash forward to my sophomore year of college and I started hanging out with a group of stoners. I never touched this stuff because I'm an athlete, but they were good people. Kid walked in with the same exact name as JJ, first, middle, and last name. And we ended up talking about how. Part 2 on how I got bullied for talking to a catfish. Like I said in part 1, this kid who had the same exact first, last, and middle name as JJ started talking about how a girl in high school randomly stopped talking to him because he didn't use his real picture. So I asked him what the girl's name was who he was speaking to on Facebook. He said my name, and I didn't know him, so he didn't know that it was me in that moment. I ended up freaking out and told him that was me, and how I still got a ton of crap for what happened to this day. I pulled up the old Facebook messages and everything. It was crazy. Moral of the story, you might accidentally meet your high school catfish. Thank you, Jess, for submitting your story. If you would like to submit a story, feel free to DM it to me or email me, and I will tag you if you like. We are back with another story time. I'm still waiting to hear back if she wants to be credited or left anonymous, so if she wants to be tagged, it'll be in the caption. So you guys can go check her out and show her some love and support. But let's get right on into it. When I was 9, my parents started going through a nasty divorce because my father was cheating. He was very controlling towards everyone in his life. While he was still married to my mother, he started living with another woman.